shadowed him? How do you know all this?
Dave had something better to do tonight.
Yeah, he's in the city. Are you ready? All right. We are with Feeney Talks with Friends. I am Eric Feeney, the founder and president of Friends of Feeney. Our mission is to help children and families that have heartbreak or tragedy. And I use this podcast, Feeney Talks with Friends, to talk with wonderful people from our community doing great things. And this all happens thanks to my buddy Dave, who's in New York City right now. Dave at Direct Line Media. What's up, Owen?
What's up, guys?
Owen's filling in. Yes, so great episode today. Cailin McBee is in the house. Episode 29. I'm very excited to talk with you. Had a wonderful conversation with John Humphrey. Episode 28. Gathering Grays, Saturday. See you at Gastro Park, 12 to 4. John Humphrey. Gathering Grays. We're increasing nature's share. It is for the natural dividends, collaborating with Blue Earth Compost and West Hartford Recycling, and Friends of Feeney will be there. So we hope to see you there. Cailin, you made it.
I made it.
You're here.
I'm so excited.
It is very exciting. It's a long time coming, and I'm very excited to sit down and talk with you. How you been?
I've been really great. Thanks so much for having me. I know we had a little snafu before. My schedule is wackadoo, so I appreciate you carving the time to reschedule for me, so thank you.
It's so funny. You were like, I plan out my days maybe a couple hours in advance. You said 5 weeks and had it in the schedule, and it's impressive.
Well, it is, I think, a testament to a lot of things, but yes, my schedule with work is pretty full, so we need to make sure that we're dedicating the time to being here, and I'm really excited that we were able to do it.
Yeah. Do you put in your time on the phone, or do you have the old school handwritten notes? How do you keep track of all your dates?
So years and years ago, when I was a much smaller practice, I was able to do it on a BlackBerry, believe it or not, old school style. But now it has really, the practice has just expanded so much that we use an online scheduling system. It's very tech savvy that I'm not tech savvy. So I'm a little impressed with myself. It integrates into my Google Calendar. It updates automatically. So yeah, so that's really the tech side of what happens over at the practice.
I got to look into this because I'm getting some dates now. And
yeah.
I just came from a teacher meeting, and then I'm here, and tomorrow I have the dentist. So a lot of things going on, and it's good to be organized.
It's a lot. And, it's just my husband and I. We don't have children. But once you add the kids into the mix with basketball here or Girl Scouts there or Cub Scouts there or whatever, then all of a sudden it's this layers that it's hard to sort of track over.
And you mentioned practice. Would you like to elaborate more? You're here.
Yeah.
Balance Massage and Wellness Center in Newington, Connecticut.
Yes. So
I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah, me too. So I'm the owner of Balance Massage and Wellness Center, like you said. We were actually in West Hartford for 14 years, but 2 years ago expanded and transitioned the practice just over to the line into Newington. So we're literally the first street over the Newington line in that lovely town, and we're super excited about it. It was a huge expansion for the practice. So we were on a much smaller scale here, and now we are a much larger scale over on Day Street.
That's awesome. So have you been doing it for 16 years now, if my math's correct?
I've actually been a massage therapist for 21 years.
Oh.
Yeah, but the practice in its sort of current iteration has been around for about 16.
Where did you start prior to that?
Well, prior to that, I was actually had a home workspace in Hartford. So I lived in the Art Space building, which was so much fun. If you're not familiar with it, you should become familiar with it. It's a big brick building across from the train station. And so they're live workspaces for artists and other workers. And so that's where I lived, and my practice was there while I was growing, and then eventually got big enough so that I needed a dedicated space, and then was over here on Talcott Road in the same building. Rick Araya and I, who was a previous podcaster, interviewee of yours, he and I were in the same building for probably about 12 years or so.
Where he is right now?
Yep, on Talcott.
Right. Yeah, awesome.
Yep, right over there. So he was on one side, and he still is there. He's where I get my...
Yeah, that space is open now.
It
is.
Is,
you know that?
yeah.
Okay.
So that was where my old office was.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
So when I was over there, we had 2 treatment rooms. So I'll back up a little bit. So I'm a board certified massage therapist and a Reiki Master. So my practice includes massage therapy, deep tissue, Swedish, along with an energetic aspect to the practice. So that's the Reiki side. So in the old office, we had 2 treatment rooms, and then we expanded. So there are 6 treatment rooms now and a large education and yoga space. So we really quadrupled, quintupled, I don't know what the right word is there, but we really expanded quite a bit to go over there. And it's been an exciting time in the past 2 years, one of which under the pandemic rules. So,
well, that's awesome. Congratulations on your huge move and your progress.
Thanks.
What are 3 things that a massage therapist needs to have as a character trait to be good at their job?
Ooh, wow. I would say you need to be compassionate to others. I think for me, connecting with others is really the top priority. Probably a second trait is to have a really good grasp of anatomy and physiology. That's a really close one too. And then being kind of a persistent hard worker, especially if you own your own practice. It is something that you really have to, there's always stumbles, and so you'll need to be able to figure out ways to pick yourself up and keep moving. That may not be specific to massage therapy, but that's the only industry that I've ever been in, so I can just answer from my experience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, anatomy and physiology. I wanted to be a PE teacher, and you had to take that class at Southern Connecticut, and they were like, it's the hardest class ever. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll go be an elementary school teacher.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that you really found your calling.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very happy I did that.
Yeah.
But I do see the PE teacher, rolling. I have a lot of sneakers. I could be in sneakers all day long. Jordan shorts and Jordan sneakers, shooting hoops.
There you go.
Here I am. No, it's fine. I love it. And also, so you have a practice. How many employees and how many people are in your practice?
Yeah, so I have 2 staff members. They are a part of the Balance massage team. So between all 3 of us, we have appointments and availability 7 days a week and into the evenings, which is really helpful for folks who work all sorts of different jobs, day jobs or weekends or nights or whatever. So that's my staff. And then we also have resident practitioners. So they are their own business entities. They do their own thing, but they are all a part of sort of the collaborative team there. Those are all listed on our website. All the practitioners are listed there. And there's other massage therapists. We have athletic trainers. We have natural skincare. We have... who else is over there? Hair removal. And then, of course, we have education and yoga classes as well.
Very cool. And yeah, you mentioned the website, so balancemassagect.com.
Exactly. That's really the best place to find out information about us as the part of the Balance Massage team. We have all of our bios there, so if there's something specific that you're looking for, that's the best place to find. We have all of our practitioners listed there and links to their contact information and their websites if they have them. And then we also have our events page. So we've got a lot that's going on over there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
No, I love your website. I see on Facebook and LinkedIn, you do something really cool. Not Thankful Thursday, 3-Minute Thursday. You want to talk a little more about 3-Minute Thursday?
Sure.
Where'd you come up with that idea?
So I started doing these really, I'll call them amateur, quick videos about health topics, because when people come in to see me, they share a lot of information about what's going on physically or emotionally or mentally. And I wanted to be able to share some tips or tricks or things that I thought might be helpful to help people lead their healthiest lives. And so I started recording them just on my phone. They're really, they're just I do in one take. I don't edit. They're not fancy at all. They're very authentic, and it's just who I am and what have you. But I talk about one health-related topic each week. And last year, I guess March of last year, when we were mandated closed, it really changed how I was going to be interacting with my clients, meaning I wasn't able to see them. I was mandated shut. And so I decided that I really wanted to start increasing my online content just to continue to stay relevant, to help support people when they couldn't physically come in to see us. So I decided that I was just going to do them weekly. knock them down to 3 minutes because that's about people's attention span. And it's been great. I've had other people on, other health practitioners or different topics that I think are relevant to me during the week, or if I've had a client come in and ask me a question, I think, oh, that's a great topic. Maybe other people have questions about that too. So
do you have your Thursdays lined up? Like this Thursday, I'll talk about this one, almost like a lesson plan prior to, have them ready?
So I have to be honest, I used to just shoot from the hip and just record them on the day, but I was getting so stressed out. Eric, it was crazy. I was having to come up with the topic and then figure out what I really wanted to drill into. And then I started thinking about a couple topics and kind of recording them in a chunk and then releasing them all once a week.
I like that.
And so now, because again, the practice has grown so much, I have a social media group that helps me with some of my postings and helps me with some ideas and directs me. And so they provide some suggestions and then I bring stuff to the table too. So it's a nice collaboration between ideas that they bring and then other things that I might want to talk about.
Yeah, you inspired me. I have a featured friend Friday's featured friend. Friday's featured friend.
All
I try
right.
to go with the alliteration.
Friday's featured friend. Oh, I
Last
like
week
that.
was our first one, and every Friday I'm going to shout out a friend that has either volunteered, supported, donated. And I haven't yet turned the camera around and selfie videoed me yet, but I was like very close to doing it. Actually, on September 11th, I was like, heartbreak, tragedy, that's our thing. It really touched home with my family. My wife lost her uncle. I was in the National Guard. I was the only day I left school for a week, and we went to Stanford. It was the only active duty I've ever had, and I was like, and I'm like kind of regretting it. So, but just, and then, so I might do the turnaround. I was going to, I had this I was going to open up from the heart, and now I'm kicking myself that I didn't do it.
I feel like if you feel strongly about it, don't let the date stop you from doing it. And if that feels like it's something that is still inside you that you want to share, I totally encourage you to do it whenever.
I know. My wife said the same thing. Because I woke up Sunday morning. I'm like, I didn't do it. She goes, well, you can do it today.
That's right. And if it doesn't happen today, then you can do it tomorrow too.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I'll just cut it right now. But also, I watched your 3-Minute Thursday. Your most recent one, was it about sleep?
It was.
Yeah. I thought that was excellent.
Thank you. Thanks.
Because I have monkey brain. You were like monkey brain. I was like, I know what that is.
It just
and I
keeps
legit have a pad next to my a notebook.
A notebook, right? Just right on your nightstand.
Yeah. I thought I brought it, but I have a notebook like in my car. I have a notebook on my desk in school. I have a notebook next to my bed because it's like, I got something. I got to write it down. And then you could roll over and go back to bed. I thought that was amazing. I'm like, she's speaking to me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. It makes me feel so good to know that just something that was 10 seconds in what I said can be really helpful for you.
And then my screen, when you text, my screen is black with white font. You can change it so at night it's not as bright with the white. You mentioned that.
Yep.
Cool temp. I definitely sleep in a cool room.
Love it.
Dark. And I try not to do technology before bed, but I'm always staring at my phone, which is, I want to start. I mean, I do mix in some reading occasionally. When I say occasionally, like once a month, or a little printout of an article or fantasy football research or something for school prep for the school year. But yeah, no, it's great. I loved it.
When you're on your phone, are those the things that you're looking at?
Yeah.
Those things. So like fantasy football numbers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking if there's other ways that maybe you could get it in print somehow.
No, that's what I do that too. So I'll get the article. I go to Print Friendly. So I send the link to Print Friendly, get rid of the images.
Yeah.
Try to do one page to conserve paper back to back,
Sure.
front to back. And then I just read it while I'm in sleep or before I go to bed.
And that's a great option. The other good option is to just make sure that your phone goes to the night option. So there's a lot of that blue light that comes off of any screen, whether it's your phone or whether it's an iPad, a tablet of some kind or computer screen. But there's a way to turn up the orange levels that help to combat some of that blue light stuff that actually does some things in our brains. So it stimulates parts of our brains that make us be awake. So when we're trying to go to sleep, that's not ideal. We'd rather be doing something else.
Yeah. Yes. So technology. I had one time. I don't know where I was, but I was just on my phone throughout the day, looking down. And that night, my neck hurt so bad. Tech neck.
I know.
And then it gave me like a headache.
Yeah.
So the screen is. I tell my kids, don't do it as soon as they wake up. And here I am. What do I do as soon as I wake up? So. But I've really liked, and then sleep. Joe Rogan, you mentioned it. Joe Rogan had this Matthew Walker on. Do you know who Matthew Walker is?
I don't, but I'd love to hear more.
And he does a TED Talk. It's an amazing TED Talk. And he mentioned, he said same thing, cool temp. It's almost sleep studies, and he's big onto, getting up at the same time, 6:30 every day, no matter if it's the weekend or not. School should be a little later. He's in agreement with that. And no, Matthew Walker's good stuff. Joe Rogan, and then a TED Talk. So I would definitely, it talks about your sleep. No, I thought that was great.
Thank you.
And your content's great.
I think by the time this airs, we'll have missed it, but we are doing I'm collaborating with one of the yoga instructors at the office, and we're doing once a month yoga and essential oils combination classes to deal with a particular thing, I'll call it. And the one that is coming this Wednesday, whenever, I don't know, the date-wise, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be before, by the time this airs.
After this airs? Before this airs.
No, it will have already passed when this airs. We are doing a yoga and essential oils class on sleep.
Oh, nice.
So
is that the restful yoga?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, I saw that.
Jen Torillo is the owner of Concentric Care. She is creating the yoga postures that will help with relaxation, calming at night, some great stretches, and then I will incorporate some essential oils that can help, that are sedative, that are calming, that are relaxing.
Yeah, I loved yoga. I did a Hartford yoga. It was above Vaughn's in Hartford. My buddy TJ owned it, and it was just really cool. Are you big into yoga?
I practice yoga, but I can't say that I do it on a super regular basis. I've started doing more foam rolling because I do value fitness. So I work out quite a bit in addition to the fact that my job's really physical. So I've been doing a lot of contraction workouts, like strength and, lifting and that kind of stuff, but we need to elongate again. We have to open back up again. So yoga is amazing for that, as well as some foam rolling and stretching. And
that's funny you said foam roller. I have a foam roller in my classroom.
Oh, you do?
So I bring the kids to art or music, and I come back and I lay across the floor and foam roll.
Oh, I love it.
You ever get the foam roll like in your quad or your thigh where you're like ready to black out?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Or when you start shaking.
Yeah.
It's like, just breathe. Just breathe.
Sometimes you're like, ooh, ah. And then you're like, get into like a trance, I almost feel like.
I've done foam rolling on my IT band, which is
it must be that
on the
spot.
side, sort of from your hip down to the lateral side on your knee. I've had it where it's popped my ears or popped my sinuses open.
Whoa.
Yeah. So there's that.
I had it where I was going to black out. I thought I was like going to faint. So I stole it. Featured Friends Friday. That was just, I stole the alliteration and I'm shouting someone out, but it's a weekly thing to get the content out. So I love that. And then, your podcast, we shouted out balancemassagect.org, or .com. You are on 135 Day Street in Newington. Your number is 860-508-3336. Yeah. So balance massage. Now, what's the difference between a massage and balance massage? Is there a difference?
So balance massage is just the name that I chose for the practice.
Oh, gotcha.
This was a long time ago, so I was considering all sorts of options for what I wanted the business's name to be. And I really settled on balance because I believe that life is all about ups and downs, and some days we have really great days, some days we have not so great days, some days we're feeling amazing, some days we need some help. And I also believe in pretty much anything in moderation. So sometimes people say to me like, oh, you must eat all organic and vegan or, whatever, fill in the blank of what people think is healthy. And I say, no, I like having a cocktail and, I eat meat sometimes. And it's really about that balance. It's about, doing the best that you can in each of those circumstances. So to me, that was the best name for the practice.
Okay. Very cool. Got to have balance.
Got to have balance.
And how'd you become a Reiki master?
So
that's impressive. Well, I don't know what that is, but it sounds like
anything with the title master. So being a Reiki master, there are in the particular form of Reiki that I practice is called Usui Reiki. It is, again, some people, do you know what Reiki is?
Yep.
Are you familiar? Okay. For those who aren't, it's a form of energetic healing. So the easiest way that I can explain it is that our body is filled with energetic pathways, like highways kind of. And so sometimes those pathways get jammed up. There might be a traffic accident or whatever. So you might have an excess amount of energy in a particular area, or you might have a depletion of energy in an area. So Reiki is the process of helping to clear those pathways and get that energy flowing again. Okay. So becoming a Reiki master includes taking my mastership is 3 levels. So I'm a Reiki level 3. And I have the ability to teach other people Reiki as well. It's not something, that aspect isn't something that I have really tapped into because I have a lot on my plate already. But like you, I'm an educator. I taught anatomy and physiology for 8 years. So, there's something that draws me back to that education piece. Same with the 3-Minute Thursday. That to me, that content is educating. Yeah. It's giving people the information to lead their best lives. So as a Reiki master, that's what that included. So 3 levels of the Reiki training classes. Some were multiple days and.
No, you just gave me a little wellness education when I was like, I wanted to do this. I'm regretting that post, and you were like, you should, if it's that important to you, you should do it. And I felt you were speaking a little wellness education, no? Did I catch some of that?
Yeah, I mean...
Because you're a wellness educator.
I am.
What does that entail?
Well, I have done...
Someone pays you to get the wellness education, or how's that work?
So it happens in a myriad of ways. When you come in for a massage and someone says this is going on, I always look holistically at what's happening in their body. So it's not just the physical aspect. Are their stress levels out of control? Have they not slept in 2 days? Is their eating insane? So we look at that holistically. But I'm also available for doing more formalized types of events where I've worked with very large organizations talking about meditation, talking about mindfulness, being present in what we're doing, and also incorporating movement into your day-to-day aspect. Both of the very large organizations that I've worked with, their industry was a more sedentary industry, that the people were mostly sitting, lots of computer work, kind of doing lots of screen time. So
yeah, it's funny that you said mindfulness. That's a big push in schools now. As a third grade teacher, we teach a lot of mindfulness, being present in the moment. I even I saw it on your website, but I incorporate a singing bowl, where when the kids are like, when they do a turn and talk and they're talking with their friends and I want to gather them back, I tap it once. You stop what you're doing. 2, your eyes are on me. 3, we all take a big breath together. So it's like 1, stop what you're doing. 2, eyes on me. 3, big breath. And we talked about.
I love
right?
that.
Are you impressed? How do I get an A+?
That's an A+ and a sticker. Job well done. So if I had a sticker, it would be on you right now.
Big singing bowl guy.
It's really great. So not just the vibrational piece of that bowl, because there is a vibration. It's a sound wave, right? And so that literally resonates physically in their bodies to understand what's going on. But the gentle way to gather their attention, the being present in the moment, and then the inhalation, exhalation, especially nostril breathing, is extraordinarily calming for the kids. Yeah. It gets them refocused, hopefully. That's the intention, right? They're all intentions, but all of that is incredible. And I hope that, are you the only one who does this?
In the school, yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. They're like $15 on Amazon if you get them. They're not like the official like 1,000 Village ones, but so I think another one of my coworkers has one. But
it's
a
amazing.
Huge fan.
Love it.
Yep.
And we have a class upcoming that is dealing with sound healing also. So
yeah, I never knew why. I knew the sound. There's always one too that you hit it and you inhale until you hear the sound go away, maybe, or that really focuses on the sound, because all the kids will zone in, and until you hear the last sound, you can continue doing something. I never really researched. We watched a video on how they're made, which is amazing. They hum. It was in Tibet, and they're so working in such cooperative teamwork. Tap, spin, tap, spin. So it was very impressive to see it made. I never thought of the sound. Maybe, but the sound does help. But the kids right away, they know. Boop.
That's right. That's the Pavlov dog. Whoop.
Yeah. There's always these call and responses where you could say 1, 2, 3, and the kids say eyes on me, or every macaroni and cheese, everybody freeze, or my favorite is all right, stop, and the kids go collaborate and listen.
Do they really? Oh, that makes me so happy.
The kids are like, what?
They don't even know what that means, but
I'm like, Vanilla Ice. They're like, show the video. I go, no, you have to go home and watch that one.
Yeah, that's not necessarily for school.
Ask your mom and dad. They know about Vanilla Ice. Yeah. All right, stop. And what is this Swedish deep tissue? I'm interested. No, I've had I had a massage over at, should I even tell you? I feel bad.
Whatever.
Massage Envy.
Okay.
And they were like, what pressure do you want? Like, how hard? And I was like, give it like the hardest one.
Give it to me.
And I was just like, oh! I was sore for
breathing?
like a week.
Okay.
I think she put her foot up on the table, put her elbow in, and just, and I was like, oh. But then there was like a knot. You could feel a knot. And she worked it out where it popped and sent a tingle down my arm. What's that about? Can you explain that?
So Swedish massage. So Swedish massage is one kind of modality, and deep tissue massage is a different kind of modality, actually.
Gotcha.
So deep tissue is, let's start with Swedish. Swedish is much more flowing. The pressure is not as intense. It's really to help increase circulation. It helps to it may decrease blood pressure. It's certainly stress reducing. It's really just incredibly relaxing. It's like pushing the chill button. It just zones you out.
On the Swedish?
On the Swedish. Gotcha. Yep, the Swedish.
Gotcha.
So then deep tissue massage can still have that same flowing movement with the strokes that we're using on the body, but it's with an increased amount of pressure.
Gotcha. So deep tissue is
different.
Deeper than Swedish.
That's right.
Swedish is more like chill.
Yeah, Swedish is more chill, relaxed. It's much more flowing.
Why Swedish?
I don't know. I should know the answer to that. 21 years in the industry, you'd think by now I would have remembered or know that. But it's just a lot more flowing. Sometimes deep tissue is more spot specific. So you mentioned that you came in with a knot in your particular shoulder that she used, or he, she, whatever, used increased pressure in that area. That would be considered more of a deep tissue. But people, I think, sometimes get a little nervous because they've heard stories like yours, like, oh my gosh, I was sore for a week afterwards. But everybody's level of deep is different. And so somebody's, I kind of ask people to work in a pain scale. So where 1 doesn't feel like I'm touching you at all, and 10 is like, I need you to stop right now. Even the deepest of deep tissue massage should never be out of your 7 to 8 zone. But your 7 to 8 zone is different than my 7 to 8 zone, is different than Owen's 7 to 8 zone. Owen. So it's just about me getting to know my clients' bodies, what their body needs in that moment, and how I can best help them and serve them in that way.
Wow. All right. And wellness educator, I'm an educator. Do you have a favorite teacher? Someone inspired you or...
So you can ask my husband this. I don't do favorites. I just don't. I think I see a million shades of gray instead of just a black and a white thing. So I'll give you maybe some examples. Both my teachers are parents. Both my parents are teachers.
Oh, okay.
That's probably a better way to say it, right?
Yeah.
Both my parents are teachers. So my mom is a librarian. She was a media specialist for years in a middle school. So from her, I feel like I learned my love of reading. I read every single night. And that was something that she instilled in me, and it's just a part of my life. I can't.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's unbelievable.
Is she currently retired?
She is.
Nice.
Yeah, she's living it.
Congratulations, Mom.
Good job, Jan.
Man,
loving it.
Jan.
Loving life.
I'm so jealous right now.
Some days. And my dad is a science teacher, so he's taught everything from oceanography to physics to engineering to computer science. So I feel like from my dad, I learned I'm very mechanically inclined, and I'm just naturally curious about things. And I think those are two really good qualities or characteristics to have just in life, not just about your formalized education, but just being curious about things. You see something, oh, how does that work? Or how does that go together? Or like, I'm the weirdo who loves putting the IKEA stuff together. I love it.
It's the worst.
I know, and I love it. I'm like, ooh, that one goes here. Okay, I got that, and now I'm done, and it works, and it's, it all
Now
fits
you said
together.
it like present tense. Is he still teaching?
He is still teaching.
Wow.
47 years at the same school.
Same school?
Same school. Can you even
what do the kids call him?
believe it?
Mr.
Lawler. That's
Mr.
my maiden
Lawler.
name. That's
Wow,
my maiden name.
congratulations.
At
You're
Woodlawn
my
High
hero,
School.
Mr. Lawler.
Yeah, Woodlawn High
47.
School, 47 years.
Woodlawn?
Woodlawn High School
Okay.
in Maryland.
Oh, Maryland.
Yeah,
got
in Baltimore County.
Because there's a Woodland in Connecticut. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
You're from Baltimore?
Originally I am, just outside,
Nice.
but yeah. So those are
Did you
my
watch The Wire?
first.
Did you watch The Wire?
No, because I don't get HBO.
Okay.
We don't have cable.
So go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say
47 years.
47 years. I know. Same classroom until they just had their renovation. He's a magnet school, and he now is the department head for science and all that. But again, he instilled that curiosity that this is not just how we do things, but why we do things. Because I think that plants the seed of this. The curiosity plant.
No, I love that. My wife was a special ed teacher for 10 years. So I think as a parent, you have the advantage of raising children with the background of education, child management, reading, the passion for reading. So, wow, kudos. That's awesome. Very cool.
And then I guess as an adult, I feel like collectively the instructors that I had at my massage therapy school completely turned my world upside down in the best way. Just really shared with me how life can be helpful for others and holistic, and really taught me about meditation and educated me on mindfulness and just the value of that part of my education was really I'm hitting this thing around like it's crazy style.
Slap it.
Yeah, so I think those would be the examples of the educators that were most influential in my life.
Wow. Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Another question. Man, I love the fact that your parents are teachers, and I love the fact that your dad's still teaching.
47 years. I know. Times they have a change, though.
I know. I don't know if I did 9 years in Waterbury, and in my 9th year in West Hartford.
In Waterbury?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Waterbury. Were
We
you
just
driving?
drove through Waterbury.
Traffic galore.
It actually was smooth sailing.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. We were coming back up from a small family reunion in Lancaster, right outside of Lancaster.
Right at Holy Land, right at the mall.
Boom.
Boom. Traffic.
I
All right,
know,
you
always.
lucked out. Congratulations.
Yeah,
you made it
thanks.
through.
On a Sunday even. Usually it's all backed up all times. They just put like stop signs up. Just seems like what? There's nothing even here. There's no accident. There's no problem. Waterbury, traffic. Not yesterday. Smooth sailing.
And you're also part of Flow? Are you still doing Flow?
Well, thank you for bringing up the fact that I've aged out of Flow. I do appreciate that. I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
So I was one of the founders of Flow, which is a subsect of the West Hartford Chamber of Commerce. And that was great. It was really awesome to kind of get the legs
What's that
up and
stand for?
moving. Future Leaders of West Hartford.
Okay.
So
Is it 40 or 30?
it's 40.
Okay.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 42.
You're 42, so I've got you beat. I'm 44. I don't think there's a hard line at 40.
Yeah, they
but
said I was welcome, and I was like, I don't
I'd
know
be
about
like,
that.
My grays are
Grandpa's
starting to
showing up.
my
Here
grays are
comes
starting
Feeney, old man Feeney.
Old man Feeney with the walker coming in. Flow was great. I think it was part of what I liked about Flow was when we were kind of organizing it in its infancy, we decided that philanthropy really was going to be one of the pillars that we looked at. So, collaboration with other young professionals, looking at topics that would be helpful for them on a business perspective as well as a personal perspective, and then giving back. So we did 2 years, and they may still be doing it, of a cornhole tournament, which was super fun out in South Windsor somewhere. I don't know what the name of the place is, but that was really fun. And so,
Did that happen already? I'm a cornhole champ.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
That does not surprise me. That does not surprise. We made our own. So we're makers too. So we do a lot of stuff around the house. We made our own cornhole boards.
Come on.
I swear.
I'll pay you. Make me a.
They would be extraordinarily expensive. Mostly because the running joke in my house, my husband and I do all of our projects together. We're crazy like that. And in fact, we do projects that we have no business doing, but we still do them. And we usually
Can you
work.
Name a few?
Yeah.
Wait, this brings me to a game.
Oh, a game! I love games.
I was waiting until you said something.
Wait, do we need some
fun husband-wife projects? All right.
Ooh, okay.
This is a storytelling. Let me know your first one. It's called First, Last, Best, Worst.
Ooh.
Hubby, wife, projects. What's your first one, your last one, your best one, and your worst one? Any order you want. Because you're about to go into a few.
Wow. Okay, well, I don't know what
you said you were over your head in one. I think you were headed in that direction.
So our best one was that we did our own French drain system around our entire house.
Wow.
By hand.
Is that like
during the pandemic?
Piping, the gravel,
all
that stuff?
All of it.
How deep did you go down?
Because of
did you get a backhoe?
No, by hand. With a spade shovel. Actually, one spade shovel, one flat shovel. Because that's how we roll.
You get into some projects.
That's how we roll.
You weren't kidding.
We were not kidding. So deepest part of the trench was about 49 inches. Yeah. And it was probably... Well, it went the entire back of the house, the entire side of the house, and all the way down.
Did you have water issues prior to?
We did. We had a really wet backyard, and we just thought, well, we can't go anywhere or do anything, and I'm super frustrated, and I still need to stay physical, and so it can't be that hard. Yep. Those are our famous words. It can't be that hard. Yeah. We had no idea how hard it was. But in the deluge of rain that we have had over the past totally dry basement, backyard, no longer a swamp. So
Perfect. Well done.
We did it right. So that's probably our best one. Before that, we built our deck. That's another one.
Nice.
Worst project? Cornhole boards. The only project that we have just been, it was just knocking heads.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
It's like a hole, stand.
It was no different than any of the other projects with, making the designs and getting the accurate measurements and painting and cutting and sanding and all of that. But I do not know why.
That's hilarious.
At one point, I don't know if it was Josh or myself, said, we're just going to do this in silence. And the other one was like, okay. And then
Silent Saturday.
That was it. Yeah. Most recent project. Probably we just put a wood burning stove insert into our fireplace, so that will become our main source of heat. So we have you think I was Italian, but the more times I hit this thing. So we move a lot of wood.
With wood chips or actual? You cut the log, real log, and you'll put it in and you'll heat the house.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So probably some sort of stacking, moving wood thing was our last project. And honestly, we've been together 10 years, so I don't even know what our first project was. I don't know.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I might try that. My wife and I. Ooh, boy.
Building your own cornhole boards?
Yeah.
There's no reason why they should have been problematic. They just were. But we've done a million things together. So don't let that dissuade you.
Very cool. Very cool.
From trying it.
And how long, you mentioned the West Hartford Chamber.
Yeah.
How long have you been involved?
I should probably remember what year I joined, but if I was a betting woman, which I'm not, probably 9 years, maybe 10 years.
Oh, wow.
The Chamber was amazingly integral in growing my practice.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. have to say, one of the best things that ever happened to Friends of Feeney.
For sure. It
The
just introduces
connections
you.
and you're here now because of the chamber, right?
100%.
I met you.
That's how you
Met
and I.
Dave.
Yep, that's how I know Dave. That's how I know you. That's how I know. That's how I know a ton of people.
Yeah.
You know, when we were at a Hartford Yard Goats game, and my husband's like, "Are you the mayor?" Like every 4 steps, I would stop and be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And it just because of all the connections that you make, and not all industries are like this, but mine specifically is, you know, people want to feel a connection to their massage therapist or their Reiki practitioner. And so the chamber helped me to make those connections with other people. And not that they're all my clients, but when you know and you trust someone, then you feel comfortable to refer them to your loved ones or to people that they know, neighbors or friends. So the West Hartford Chamber has been amazing in the growth of my practice.
All right, West Hartford Chamber, another game. You ready for a West Hartford Chamber game? This is a first.
Wait, you have to come up with some sort of.
Want me bebop?
Yeah.
All right, so these are business cards.
Oh.
I think they're all West Hartford Chambers.
Oh boy.
We're gonna deal them out. You're gonna shuffle, deal them out.
All
We're
right.
gonna play West Hartford business card war, based on the last digit of a phone number. If
Done.
it's higher, you win. Whoever ends up with the most wins. You could shuffle them out first. If you recognize any, you want to give some shout outs, feel free.
Heck yeah.
There's like 15 or 20, maybe more.
Done. Are we
Like
gonna-
right here, Big Thunk. You know that guy?
Of course I do.
Big
Dave
Thunk.
Calaby.
Yep.
I wonder, this should be part of the game. I wonder if I could name who. No, we're not going to do that. Because then
let's
what
do
happens if
that.
I blank on a name?
You ready to be put on the spot?
Oh, okay.
Let's
I'm
get a
usually
couple.
pretty good,
We'll
but
get a
don't.
couple here.
If I fail,
Who's Dr. Energy Saver?
I don't think
He's fairly new.
I don't think I know that person. And I do want to preface this by the fact that we're not meeting in person.
True.
So
Out
it's
of sight, out of mind.
It's a
All right,
little
who
bit-
is the Outreach and Development Coordinator for the West Hartford Chamber?
Oh, okay. Well, one is.
And who is Member Services Coordinator? Name them both.
Okay, so Jesse Bouclier and Kate Cobes.
Boom.
Yeah, totally know those.
Who is Stroke of Luck?
That is Bob Newbold.
Boom. Who is the Greater Hartford Lions Club host?
Andrew.
Boom. You could go first name. We'll go first name.
Okay.
We'll give you that. Who's the Freckled Phenom Financial Guy?
Oh, that is Chris Clark.
Boom. Who's Allergy and Asthma Family Care?
Dr. Shayna Berg.
Hey, Shayna. You're on a roll. Who is New England Financial Group? Financial partner. Big finance guy. Ginger Beard.
Ginger.
Likes
Beard.
tacos.
Likes tacos.
Just had a
Oh,
kid.
Eric Bergen.
Boom.
Of course.
Who is Legal Shield.
That's Kevin Palachi.
Man, you're on a roll.
Palachi?
Who's Edward Jones, financial advisor?
See that? Oh, well, I know an Edward Jones in my Newington chamber too. So that's Paul Muska, but I don't know if he's a part of the West Hartford chamber also.
RR.
Oh, Rick Rodriguez.
Boom. Man, you're killing it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time playing. We were going to play War, but now we're playing Guess.
Now we're playing
The Person.
Who do you know?
Deal or no deal?
I will apologize ahead of time for the financial planners because that is just sometimes something that is sometimes the name sticks, but sometimes the company doesn't. That's a little embarrassing.
Oh, they have thick skin. You don't have to explain.
No,
it.
no,
Eric
no.
Bergen's tough.
Eric
Chris
Bergen's
Clark,
tough.
I'm kidding. That's my boy. He's cool. He's going to be a guest.
Awesome.
Chris Clark. Oh, this person you may know.
Oh boy.
A simpler, safer, smarter way to shop.
Oh, Jennifer Jennifer Van Beckham with
Yeah.
Melaleuca.com. She and I are partners.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit on Melaleuca?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to. So, as if I don't wear enough hats, I work for an online wellness company. So, we offer healthy options for your everyday uses. So, things that you're already using, things like really natural cleaning products that have safe ingredients that are great to be around kids. No childproof caps are needed. We have everything from your daily stuff that you would use, like your shampoos or your hand sanitizers or disinfectants. What else do we have? We have amazing supplements.
How long have you been doing that?
You know, I've been shopping with Melaleuca probably for about 6 or 7 years.
With Jennifer, your connection in?
Jennifer was who introduced me to shop. So the
Gotcha.
way that Melaleuca works is that someone, because the shopping is so amazing. You just sort of naturally tell other people. And so then you can set up your account, do all your shopping online, and everything comes.
Yeah, she hooked me up. No, we had coffee.
Oh, good.
I've tried many different, what was it? I tried their protein shake. I tried their coffee.
I'm not a coffee drinker, but it's supposed to be amazing.
And I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Just, again, busy, crazy. I owe her a call. I would love to get into it.
Yeah.
But she's awesome.
I think it could be really interesting because it could parlay into a way for you to almost fundraise for Friends of Feeney. I don't know if she talked to you about that.
She did.
If not, we should have a little chatteroo. It just makes sense. You know, it's just in the same way that if you go to a restaurant and you love it, or you see a movie and you're like, oh my God, have you seen, you know, A Dark Place Too, or whatever it is? You just sort of naturally tell your friends when it's easy and safe and affordable.
It's called your influence circle.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about something, you're automatically going to share it with the people closest to you.
Totally.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What about this cool little business card? It's a perfect square.
Oh, is that Anissa?
Yep.
Nice. At West Hartford Co-working.
Anissa Tish.
Nice.
She was a guest. She was on a previous podcast. Check it out. I think she's episode 15 through 20. Check it out.
Something there.
Yeah.
She's a neighbor.
Awesome.
She's just right down the road, right?
Yeah.
Is she also on New Park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great guest. Oh, she was funny. It was a good time talking with her. Oh, not a chamber member, but West Hartford Redemption.
Oh.
If anyone at any time has cans or bottles, you bring it to the West Hartford Redemption Center and say, hey, these are for Friends of Feeney. Chet will put them towards our account. And it's an ongoing fundraiser. So, you know, they add up and, you know, they may stink or, you know, whatever. Sometimes you just throw them out. Well, save them. It's right across, right by Chick-fil-A. Chet is awesome. Their hours are 8 to 3, and it's at 695 Oakwood Avenue. So I just threw that in there.
I love that.
Cans and bottles?
We recycle them, but getting them back to a particular spot sometimes is hard. So, yeah. But that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'll keep that in mind.
Cool.
Especially when we're going to have some sort of, you know, when there'll be a plethora of bottles or cans. Like a little, you know.
Building party.
That's right, or something.
Nala's Kitchen. Do you know Nala's Kitchen? Chef.
I don't know her specifically, but I've seen her online, and she, Becca is her name. Yep. She's great.
Chef Becca, guest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful guest. Had some good laughs on that episode, too.
Yeah.
Oh, who runs Food Share? Or not runs Food Share, but who's our Food Share rep at?
Mr. Marino.
Big Yankee
Mr.
fan. Al Marino. Love that dude.
Love it.
Let's
wow,
see.
I think I'm doing okay.
Do you know who does the send-out cards?
Chip Janishevsky. Oh, no. And Margaret Franker.
Wow, you are
I know two.
fire.
That was a twofer, so that should get me out of the hole for one of them, right?
Yeah. Relax the Back.
Relax the Back is Ja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also another guest, podcast guest. He's awesome.
He is awesome.
Every time I go to the center, I have to swing by and say what's up to him.
Of course, you got to say hello.
He's the man. I like him a lot. Harbor Tides Capital. A financial guy.
I don't know.
Well-dressed financial guy.
A well-dressed financial guy.
His
Lots
name's
of them.
William, but his nickname is Billy.
Oh, Billy Grant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep, of course.
Oh, there's another one.
I know, my
This
goodness.
From here. Got a bunch. Oh, another one.
Holy caroli.
Oh, another financial. Oh, this is insurance. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Shaved head.
Shaved head. Liberty.
Sales representative.
Oh,
funny
gosh.
guy. Good dude. Oh, looks like that, kind of.
That's because I don't think he's with Liberty Mutual anymore.
Oh, he moved on?
That was a trickster.
See? Oh.
That was a trickster.
My bad. That's my buddy Jason.
Yes, of course.
He's a good dude.
Very
Who does
good.
Norcom Mortgages?
That is Katie Stevenson.
Man, you're killing it. I was on her podcast. It was fun.
Oh, you were?
It was during
I didn't know she
COVID.
did
It was a little Facebook one-on-one. She's really cool. She
Yep.
was one of my first coffees. I think Chip,
Always Chip.
Katie, Kate, Jason.
Yep. Jason Kosh is another.
Jason hit it off. I met him. I'm like, hey, you want to come on a bus trip? He's like, all right. He goes to Saratoga with me after like 2 weeks of knowing me.
Yeah.
Good guy.
That's how he rolls. He's
Yeah.
good like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Future guest right here. Who's that guy?
Oh, Dave Pylon. He's with Keller Williams.
Yep. Yep.
And if I was a betting woman, okay, so this might be a threefer. You ready? Because I think I know who did his card.
Oh, yep.
Right? other designs.
Yep.
Stephen King.
Yep.
See?
You're on a roll.
Welcome to, but see, this is a fun game for sure. And it just speaks to how the West Hartford Chamber connects you with other people and enables you to be able to say, hey, you need a business card? You need a card for Friends of Feeney? I know the person to do that. Or,
Which,
oh, do you have them?
my cards are Stephen King Jr.
Stephen King Jr. You got to love it.
Stephen King. Also on the podcast. Check him out.
I love it.
He was awesome. Congratulations, too. He's the town council of
He
South
is.
Windsor.
Yep.
Making big moves.
Good.
I'm proud
good
to know
stuff.
that guy. He's a good friend.
He is. Oh, Direct
Too
Line
easy?
Media. I wonder who that
Can you
is.
say his last name?
Dave Shimoleski.
Wow.
Isn't that right?
Oh,
did
and
we
did
get
you say
it
it
right?
Wow.
Heck yeah.
One time, the first time I was going to say, I practiced.
And then did you bomb it?
Chemaluski. Bombed it. So embarrassing. Excel Fitness. This is a tough one. Excel Fitness is a tough one.
I don't know that I know someone. Oh, wait. Hold on.
SS.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
This is the female representative, but the guy is like jacked, bald dude.
Yeah, bald.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Good guy.
Yep.
What about Concorso Ferrari and Friends on LaSalle Road? He also works at West Hartford Lock.
Oh, God. That is...
Oh.
That is Yuri.
Yeah.
Of course it is. See, I know Yuri. I love Yuri.
Yep.
He's my buddy. I see him. And that's what happens on a game show. When you're
Game
like,
show.
I know it.
No pressure.
I know it. But there it is. Okay, so what number was that? Come on, man.
You're on a
Do
roll.
I get a little something?
You're on a roll. You hit like 19 in a row. Come on.
That's not too bad.
Lions Automotive. I'm not sure they're in, but Lions Automotive, huge shout out. They're on New Britain Ave. They are allowing a mural of our Friends of Feeney magnet. This magnet is going to be painted on the side of Lions Auto. And I cannot wait.
That's
I'm so
awesome.
excited. So shout out to Amy and everyone at Lions Auto.
Wow. Who's doing the mural? Do
Her
you
name
know?
is Ashroyer.
Okay.
I met her through, we had a muralist coming to our school and painting the hallways of books and Peter Pan. And I asked
Love
her,
it.
she's busy. She connected me with her.
Got it.
She just did something for the town of Winchester, she made the front page of the Winchester News. She's looking forward to, she's very talented. It's going to happen. It's Ashroyer. See, now you put me on the spot.
I'm telling you, it's like the people. It's like when your brother walks in, you're like, I know who you are, but what's your name again?
Yeah, Ashroyer. Ashroyer, and it is Ash's Arts Prince.
Oh.
Ash's Arts Prince.
Ash's Arts
Shout out
Prince. Nice.
This is Brittany Kent. She did our pictures, photographer for
Is
our
that
Yappy
Michael?
Hour.
Is that
Michael
Michael's
Kent.
wife?
Yep.
Now, see, again, I feel
See,
like I
you
got to
got the
get a little
connection. I
credit
should-
on the. I
man.
feel I'm dying inside.
Yeah.
Yuri, I'm so sorry.
Do you know does Iron and Grain?
I know them. I don't know them specifically, but their truck is amazing.
Yep.
Over at the
Gastro Park.
at the Gastro Park, and you've done some events there,
Yep.
right?
We have another one. So we've done multiple can drives. We've done a Yappy Hour partnered with Uber Dog. And now we're doing again back to, hopefully this airs, but Saturday, September 18th, noon to 4. It's a great Increasing Nature's Share. This was a very informative podcast. It was the last one. It was 28. It was a good guy, John Humphrey. Never met him before, so it was a first.
So how'd you connect with him?
Tate from Gastro Park said, "Hey, you're doing an event at Gastro Park. Friends of Feeney is a good connection. You should meet up with him." And John reached out to me, and I said,
Love it.
"Absolutely. I have a nice, we'll help out. I have a good crew that we're a community. We're gonna be a good friend. We're gonna clean up and help out." Do you drink whiskey?
I do.
Ooh, I got another event, September 25th,
Oh, wah, wah.
6 to 9.
I'm out.
You're busy.
I know.
Hartford Golf Club.
I'm not-
250 brands of whiskey. VIP tasting. Exceptional food from the Hartford Golf Club.
Maximum
So-
Beverage. I think they're chamber members too.
Yep.
Yep. I
We
think
just-
I saw you at their new ribbon
That was
cutting.
the first and only ribbon cutting thing I've went to. That was
Yeah.
cool.
I know. I was finishing up with a client, so I got there late as people were kind of trickling out, but I was coming in and got
And they
a
were like
chance
cutting,
to
and I'm like
support.
tall guy in the back, like, "You guys
"Oh,
cutting?
what's that?"
Look at me.
Well,
I'm gonna watch this cut."
So we have a ribbon cutting coming up.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Tell me more.
September 21st. It's a Tuesday from 5:45 to 7:45. One of the resident practitioners actually came to us during COVID, and we were really restricted with who we could have and et cetera. So we decided to push it out. We've been talking a lot about the West Hartford Chamber, but I'm a member of the Newington Chamber as well, as is Jen. So Jen Torillo, again, is the owner of Concentric Care, and she's going to be doing a ribbon cutting, and we're going to be having a collaborative open house. So for someone who wants to come and see the space, who wants to walk through, we will be masked. We do have an air filtration system that's happening. People are going to be keeping distance, so it'll be a nice, safe event. But it's really a great way to get back out into the community again, to see where your health practitioners are, what kind of modalities we offer in order to lead your best healthy life. So that is on the 21st of September, so that's next Tuesday. The day after that, we're doing a yoga and sound healing class with the other Jen Whirl. She's the owner of Genesis Yoga, and she is doing a yoga class in combination with sound healing. So she's going to have Tibetan singing bowls.
Okay.
She's going to have gongs. She's going to have a whole bunch of stuff there. So that is going to be awesome too. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
21st.
Yep, the 21st.
And this is all taking place at 135 Day Street, Newington?
All 135 Day Street, and all of these events are available to see on our events page, balancemassageCT.com, really easy to look. And then the other thing that we do, I think I mentioned already, but once a month we do a yoga and essential oils combination class. So we're going to miss the sleep one. People will miss the sleep one, but then one for next month is on Wednesday, October 20th at 7 p.m., and that's on balancing hormones. So if somebody's hormones are sort of raging or depleted, we're going to do some postures and have some essential oils that are going to help to kind of level out the highs and level out the lows.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you mentioned essential oils, and I see two in front of you. Would you like to show and tell?
Sure, I'd love to show and tell.
Show and tell.
So I just grabbed one really, and this one is peppermint. Do you use essential oils?
No.
Do you know anything about them?
No. My roommate did.
You want a little
Shout
quick
out
education?
to John Lynch, my old roommate. He had incense, essential oils. I can't even say it. Essential oils.
Yes, all of them. So essential oils are plant essences. They come from plants themselves. So they take a bunch of plant botanical material and extract the oil out of it. That's the very, very basic level.
Okay.
So this one I brought is peppermint. It's really popular.
Do I put it on my wrist?
You can put it on your wrist. You can just smell it.
Smell it? All
so
right.
One of the ways that you can get the essential oil benefits is to just inhale it. It actually will go in through the nasal passages and get absorbed that way. This is an oil that is safe to put on what we call neat, so you don't have to mix it with another carrier oil. And peppermint is actually safe to ingest. So you can, I've been out and about. I wouldn't sip it. It's super duper concentrated, like all essential oils are. But I've been in a circumstance where maybe I've had some garlic and I don't have a mint in my pocketbook, so I've got the peppermint and I'll just do one drop on my tongue. It's like 1,000 peppermints all in your mouth. But here, take a smell.
Let's try
it.
it.
Yep. So I wouldn't like shove it all the way up your nose. You get it pretty close. It's close enough.
Candy cane.
Yes, that is how it is. So peppermint is amazing. It's a sort of a pick-me-up. It's a little bit of a kind of brighten your eyes, if you will. It's also really good for digestion. So if you're feeling like something is just not digesting well, or if you're feeling a little bit sick to your stomach, peppermint is an amazing way to sort of settle the stomach in that way. There's lots and lots of uses for peppermint. If you
Want to try it, Owen? Come on, give it a whirl. Owen's here.
I know, right? It's a small room, and yeah, so it smells good. And if you're using an essential oil that is too potent.
I'm feeling it.
I know. It's also great to open your nasal passages.
Yeah.
So if you have
clear.
if you have allergies or if you're kind of seasonal, it'll.
No, I have allergies.
Yep,
I think that just opened me up.
Yeah, you could probably breathe a little bit more clear through your nose.
It worked.
So if you're using an oil that's not safe to go directly on the skin without combining it with an essential oil, you can also make it into what we call a roller ball. So this has some of the essential oil and then another carrier oil that you can use. This
Safe
particular
for the skin,
one,
and then you
safe
roll
for the
it on.
skin. Then you literally can roll it on. You can put it on your wrists. You can very bizarrely put it on the bottoms of your feet. The bottoms of your feet are a great place to put the essential oils because they get drawn into the skin there. You can also put the essential oils on the location of where you want them to work. Peppermint is great for headaches.
Can I try that?
Of course. This one is a
What
blend.
flavor is this?
That's a blend. So that one's called Lighten. It's a great stress reducer. I think that one has some orange in it. I think that one might have a little spearmint in it. So you can sort of put it onto your
What
wrist.
about on the temple?
Temple's great. You can
Is
do
a
that
move?
too.
And
You
then
can
massage
move,
it in? or no?
absolutely.
I've seen that done.
Yep, you can do that. And peppermint is great for headaches too. So if someone was putting anything on their temples for a headache, it was probably peppermint. Also on the back of the neck is good for peppermint
try
too.
it.
Yeah, do a little bit there.
Might pass out. Who knows?
I would just caution
Kidding.
you that anytime you're using essential oils, just be aware to not get them into your eyes.
Okay.
Whether or not they're safe on the skin, they're not great to go into the eyes themselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Already.
you're feeling de-stressed. You've got great nasal breath. Your stomach is feeling nice and settled.
Yeah.
You're about to go out for a run, a jog.
Run a marathon right now.
So, super duper important to know when you're using any essential oils, they really need to come from a very reputable manufacturer because there's not a governing board that says, yes, this is what's in it or what's not. So you have to make sure that you're working with an organization that is that makes sure that there's no synthetics, that there's no additives, there's no preservatives, there's no
What's the cost on these guys?
the cost of essential oils varies depending on the oil itself. But this is I think this is a 10 ml bottle. Did you see me do that?
Uh-oh.
That's the 40. That's the
Yeah,
44
I
in me.
do it.
The
I do it
longer
too.
arm. This is
That's small print.
This
No
is
way I'm reading that.
0.5 ounces. It's a 15 ml bottle. Don't quote me on this, but I think this is maybe $12,
Nice.
something along those lines. And I get all of my essential oils from Melaleuca because they are a reputable. We are a reputable manufacturer. We know exactly where the botanicals are coming from, and I know that they're coming from a safe place, and I know exactly what's in them. So.
My lip is like tingling.
Is it?
As
Did you
I
get a little
sniffed.
peppermint?
As I sniffed, I rubbed it on the lip.
Oh yeah, that's all right. The tingle will
That's
subside.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's
It's gonna be here
right.
all
It's just
day.
like a little eucalyptus, like
right there.
a little tingle.
Very cool. Man, this is very informative. I had a wonderful game. You killed the business card game. I'm going to start playing now.
I think you should.
I was
guess-
almost going to play a game. I don't want to give it away for future guests.
Oh.
Nah, but I'll give it away.
Okay, do it.
It's like you have 1 minute to get someone on your phone to make a bird noise.
Oh, I love that.
And they just got to pull it out. And maybe I'll set a record, and whoever does it the
Whoever
fastest
does the fastest.
will have a wall
What
of
happens
fame.
if you don't get them on the phone though?
You have to call someone back. It's
Oh,
all.
it's just-
so you need to call the
the person you know that's actually an
your
answer.
main guy. You got to call your BFF that's
Oh.
going to pick up,
that will pick up.
and then it's got to be on speaker. And then, because we've done this at like a Christmas game, and it's like, what the, who are you? What are you even talking
doing?
about? Just
make
make
a-
a bird. You know, like a bird. What do you mean bird? Like a
Any bird
rooster?
noise.
So,
Yeah, any bird noise. Just do
That
it.
game's coming out.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that.
All right, now we got another game. This is episode
Oh.
10. This is a sponsored. We have a sponsorship. This is Crazy Questions, sponsored by Donut Crazy.
Yay, Irene! Yay! Now that's Irene's last name is one that I may have a little
Yes.
challenge pronouncing, but Donut Crazy, easy to say,
Yeah.
awesome to visit.
Yes.
Another huge supporter of Friends of Feeney.
Yes.
Huge supporter.
One of the greatest fundraisers we've had as up to date, and now sponsoring the podcast.
Love it.
And we have some crazy questions thanks to my 8-year-old friends
Oh boy.
in 3rd grade. Wink, wink, wink. What's your favorite food?
Ooh, favorites.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Jaylee,
I
you got-
really love any kind of Mexican food. That flavor profile with chili
Gotcha.
powder, cumin, coriander.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I know.
Come on, you're supposed to fire these off.
I know. Okay,
this is crazy questions.
Crazy questions.
They're 8-year-olds.
Superpower.
Oh, let's go.
What would I be? What would I do for crazy superpower?
Oh, it could be like
I think I would.
productive superpower. Pick one that's
like
resourceful.
I know. I don't know. I feel like what comes to mind is being able to speak any language.
Nice.
Like
I
instantly
do say
be
that.
able to speak or understand any language. I think that would be a really cool superpower.
I've had
to
students
have.
that were like bashful and shy that they spoke a different language. I'm like, no, that's a superpower. You should be proud of that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Oh my gosh.
My girls are getting really good at speaking Spanish, and I'm
Are they?
pushing that.
Yes.
I'm like, we're taking a trip.
Do you speak
Where
Spanish?
do we need to go? No, poquito.
I
A little
know.
bit.
I feel like I speak enough Spanish to successfully order food and drink and know where the bathroom and library
and ask
are.
for a beer.
That's
Yep.
right. Where donde está la biblioteca? Like, who wants a library when you're in Mexico? No, you want the beach, la playa.
Yep. I know that one. Yep. Yeah. I know all those. Would you rather have red toes or a big nose?
Red toes.
Would you rather stinky toes or a stinky shirt?
Stinky toes.
Would you rather 5 daughters or 5 sons?
5 sons.
Would you rather be an alien or an animal?
An alien.
Would you rather eat 10,000 chicken nuggets or 10,000 burgers?
Oh, gosh. Chicken nuggets?
That's my friend Jaylee. Would
Hey,
you rather be
Jaylee,
a
thanks,
dog
chicken
or a
nuggets.
Yeah. Jaylee. Would you rather be a dog or a snake?
A dog.
That's from Mateus. Matilda, would you rather be an eagle or a hawk?
Ooh, an eagle.
A lion or a tiger?
Those lionesses are pretty badass.
But
almost.
we had one of those. Would you rather have a purple nose or green ears?
Green ears. I might be a little
That's
excited
Matilda.
about green ears.
Matilda, new
Thanks,
student
Matilda.
too. Matilda. Do you have a pet?
No, I'm allergic. Oh, no, that's not true. Fancy Frankie. He's our betta fish with fancy fins.
Oh, hey, betta fish.
Yep.
Way to go out and
We got it. Again, with the alliteration.
oh, do you like Iron Man or Batman?
Ooh, Iron Man.
Would
It
you
depends
rather-
on what Batman, technically, but I like Iron Man.
That's from Michael.
Okay.
And your pet was from Benison.
Thanks, Benison.
Would you rather have a hawk for a head or a banana for a head?
Hawk for a head. These are really creative.
That's Anna. Yeah, she's
I
great.
like Anna.
Wonderful. These are great questions, aren't they?
They're really good.
It's a very creative bunch.
I am loving the fact that you're integrating all of these in. I've had so much fun with you, but this may be my favorite part.
Crazy questions.
Crazy
Sponsored by
questions.
Doing It Crazy. Would you rather have redhead or green hair?
Green hair.
Anna. Would you rather have a phoenix or a kid that screams?
Whoa, Phoenix for sure.
Would you rather be a god or a king? Man, Lucian coming strong with these ones.
That might take a moment. I'd rather be a queen.
Yes. All right, last one. Elsie, would you rather... Oh, another one. Would you rather eat 10,000 burgers or eat 20,000 chicken nuggets?
Ooh, that's the burger chicken nugget.
That's a popular one.
I guess I'm going to have to go 10,000 burgers since I already ate 10,000
you got to
chicken
mix it up.
nuggets.
You
I need
mentioned that
something
earlier,
different. That's right. It's all about balance.
balance. Would you rather have 10,000 stuffed animals or 20 puppies and kittens?
10,000 stuffed animals. The puppies and kittens would make me sneeze.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get some viewers and some people. Please submit your crazy question. We'll pull them out. These were my friends because it's the first 2 times playing it. But out there, if you're listening, submit your crazy question. If it gets read on the air, you will get a gift card from Donut Crazy. Thank you, Irene, again for sponsoring.
Yay,
Thank you for playing, Cailin.
Irene. Fun.
Cailin,
Crazy questions.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
this has been great talking with you. Anything you'd like to add? Did we miss anything? We did show and tell. We did a business card game. We did our crazy questions. You killed the first, next, then last.
We talked about teachers. We did upcoming events.
Upcoming events.
I think we've covered it.
Speaking of upcoming events.
Oh, yeah.
Elmwood Makerspace. The first Saturday of every month, the first Saturday of every October is the Park Road Parade. And for 3 years now, we've been doing a Makerspace event at the Elmwood Community Center. So this Makerspace is when the kids build things with duct tape and cardboard. They've made pinball games, claw machines, forts, so many different games, hockey games, shuffleboard games. It's just amazing and how creative these guys are. when you give them some duct tape and cardboard. So we're doing another event. Last year it was virtual. This year we're going to do it. So we're looking for sponsors. This is last year's shirt. You could see West Hartford Chamber of Commerce.
Boom.
Top sponsor. Sorrell Brothers. He's episode 24. Hot Basil right down the street. Jeff Brand State Farm. Leah's Special Language. High Meadow Day Camp. Love that place. Chuck Minahan. He's on the board of directors for Friends of Feeney. Uber Dog. Beachland Tavern. Connecticut Shade and Blind. Resilience Fitness. Just Taxes. Cricket Press. Elmwood Pastry. Beautiful Smiles. Pains. In the Elmwood Community Center. Jeremy Haddad Music. Sunday Vinyl. Mandel JCC and weha.com. These were all past sponsors. And we mentioned earlier, I don't know, no pressure, but are you thinking about sponsoring?
I would love to be a sponsor.
You'll see it
I
here.
would love
Our
to be a
first
sponsor.
That means you're getting near the top. Balance.
Massage and Wellness Center.
It's going to be on the
right
shirt.
there.
All right. Balance Massage and Wellness Center in Illicet, Newington. We'll have your either phone number or website.
Perfect.
And we can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
Man, this was successful. We had a great time.
I'm so
I
happy.
learned about Swedish deep tissue. I learned about sleep and the importance and how to. I learned about you. I've seen you at multiple events, and you're always happy and positive attitude. I love that about you. And now you're a sponsor.
Now I'm a sponsor. Friends of Feeney.
Friends of Feeney.
Boom.
You get a shirt.
I love it.
Again, anything you'd like to add?
I just want to say thanks for having me. This was super fun, obviously, and really the beginning of all of this was the drive that you had to be a good friend and to create a sense of community for those who needed it. So I'm ever impressed with your internal drive to make the world a better place. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to cry. Thank you. That was cool. Very kind words. I appreciate that. Is that part of your wellness education? Did you just drop some more wellness education on me?
It's good to be grateful.
No, those kind words resonate and mean a lot. I really appreciate that. And again, it was wonderful talking with you. You're a great person, and you're a good friend. Did you get the magnet? You have this magnet on your car?
I do. I have
Somewhere
a sticker
on the
at
fridge?
home. I either have a sticker or a magnet. Be a good friend. It's downstairs. It's right in my workout space. I'm like, oh, what's up, Eric? I'm doing burpees.
And how did my guy Owen do?
He was just killing it over there.
Dave who?
Killing it.
Dave who? We want more Owen. No. Thank you, Owen, for filling in. We miss you, Dave. This is all thanks to Direct Line Media and Dave. Again, met him at the West Hartford Chamber. Met you at the West Hartford Chamber. Stephen King. The list goes on and on. Irene. No, again, be a good friend. We got a bunch of events. We're going to put all the links on the podcast. We could put your link to your event right on the podcast, and it'll be clickable. We hope to see you at Gastro Park. We hope to see you at the whiskey tasting. We hope to see you at the Sound Yoga on the 22nd. And then there's an activity on the 21st.
Yep.
Busy.
Busy.
And if you need to get with her, you got to schedule 5 weeks in advance, people. Cailin McBee, ladies and gentlemen. Balance Massage and Wellness Center on 135 Day Street in Newington. BalanceMassageCT.com. I can't thank you enough. Everyone out there, be a good friend. I'll see you soon.